This week, most golfers think they need better clubs. They don't. They need better awareness. Your wedges are losing spin, your irons are overlapping, and your grips are failing you under pressure. This isn't about buying more. It's about fixing what's quietly costing you strokes every single round. Partner Dormy Workshop crafts premium, handmade head covers and accessories built for golfers who care about the details. Elevate your bag, stand out on the first tee, and invest in pieces that last longer than your swing thoughts. Shop tips and insights. The gear dilemma. Let me say the quiet part out loud. You're not losing strokes because your driver is outdated. You're losing strokes because your bag makes no sense. Same wedges for 2 years, random golf balls like you're sampling flavors, two irons that go the same number, grips hanging on for dear life. But sure, drop $600 on a new driver. That'll fix it. Golfers love upgrades because upgrades feel like progress. You don't have to practice, you don't have to think, and you definitely don't have to admit something's off. You buy something new and hope it saves you. That's not a strategy. That's gambling with a dress code. Fix nobody wants to make. The truth is, most of the strokes you're giving away aren't coming from your swing. They're coming from small, ignored decisions that stack up over time. Equipment is supposed to reduce variables, not introduce more of them. But most golfers are playing a guessing game every round because nothing in their bag is truly dialed. Start with your wedges. After about 75 rounds, they're done, whether you want to admit it or not. Spin drops, control fades, and suddenly that shot you used to trust starts releasing into places you can't recover from. You blame contact, tempo, or just a bad swing. But the reality is your grooves can't produce what you're asking anymore. Then there's your putter. Loft and lie don't get enough attention, but they quietly dictate your starting line. If those are off, you're aiming wrong before the stroke even begins. So now you're layering bad reads on top of bad alignment and wondering why nothing drops outside 5 feet. Your iron gapping is probably another silent killer. If two clubs go the same distance, you don't have options. You have confusion. And confusion under pressure doesn't lead to great swings, it leads to tentative ones. That's where doubles creep in. And grips, man. Grips are the most ignored performance tool in the bag. If they're slick, your body already knows it. You start squeezing, tension builds, and the swing you trusted on the range disappears when it matters most. Then there's the golf ball. Switching balls round to round, or even hole to hole, is like changing the rules mid-game. Different flight, different spin, different feel. You're chasing consistency with a moving target. Spin decay. Nobody talks about. Here's the part that should actually bother you. A TrackMan study showed that after roughly 75 rounds, wedge spin can drop by more than 1,000 RPM. That's not a small detail, that's a completely different shot profile. That's the difference between attacking a pin and watching your ball release into a short-sighted position with no chance. And if you're playing in Arizona, it gets worse. Desert sand accelerates everything. It's abrasive, it's relentless, and it doesn't care how premium your wedges were when you bought them. They're aging faster than you think, so when you hit what feels like a great wedge, and it doesn't check, that's not you folding under pressure. That's your gear quietly working against you. Reset that lowers. Scores. At one point, I was chasing everything. New shafts, new heads, constant tweaks. I convinced myself I was one small adjustment away from unlocking something. In reality, I was layering uncertainty on top of uncertainty, so I did the opposite. I simplified everything. I committed to one ball. I locked in my yardages. I stopped questioning every club in my bag and started learning them instead. Same feels, same patterns, same expectations, over and over again. And that's when things changed. Not overnight, but consistently. I started committing to shots again. Misses became predictable instead of random. And when your misses are predictable, your scoring gets a whole lot easier to manage. Scores dropped, not because I found better gear, but because I removed the guesswork. Why we keep falling for it. This is the part that stings a little. New gear feels like control. It gives you a story to tell yourself, that you're improving, that you're evolving, that you're investing in your game. But most of the time, it's just a distraction from the real work. The best players don't chase gear, they build a relationship with it. They know how their wedge reacts from a tight lie, how their ball flies into the wind, and where their miss is going to be before they
trust doesn't come from buying more. It comes from committing to less. Before you buy the next club, ask yourself one simple question. Do I actually trust what's already in my bag? Because if the answer is no, a new gear won't fix it. It'll just give you a new way to guess. Send this to the gear addict in your group chat. He's one driver away from a full identity crisis. Want more Arizona golf stories you won't find anywhere else? You're wasting time on the wrong putting drills. Trending Need to Know Style Masters Week delivered what it always does. Great golf, better storylines, and a style conversation that somehow feels both fresh and familiar at the same time. Shop gear. There's a certain energy around golf this time of year. The weather starts to cooperate, the courses wake back up, and the conversation shifts toward fresh gear and fresh looks for the season ahead. Shop in the No Events. Get 15% discount on tickets to join us at the Epson Tour, Carlisle, Arizona, Women's Golf Classic, April 30th, May 3rd at TPC Scottsdale Champions Course. Tickets. News: the 5 areas of the golf course are general area, teeing area, penalty area, bunkers, and putting green. Understanding the 5 defined areas of the course is essential for every golfer. More. Free 3 minutes. One lucky member wins a $150 gift card to Burrito Express. Might as well be you. Enter